Welcome into the TexAgs Rewind. We're presented by Specs. We're inside the Rollo Insurance Studio. I have my trusty director, Cade Bickham, behind the glass, and my dear friend, Kaylee Dreyer, over at the Angry Elephant News and Social Center. We'll let ladies go first. Kaylee, what did you learn on today's show? Not what was your favorite part. What did you learn? Nothing, clearly. Bad show.
Well,
Cade, okay, what?
I did learn that Jason Howell had really good burgers.
Yeah, that was on the show. I don't know if it was on the Rewind. Cade Bickham, what did you learn today?
See, I learned that women's golf has five new people on the team, and it's a pretty young team. Gerrod Chadwell was pretty awesome today, breaking it down for what's going to be happening this fall.
Tell me what made the Rewind, Cade.
Well, on the Rewind, we have player number 4 in our 25 and 25, Armajé Reed-Adams.
Oh, you spoiled it.
Olin Buchanan. I'm sorry. Well, if they listen to the show, they should know.
That's true.
They should know. We had Jason Howell. We had Gerrod Chadwell, and then we had Jamie McCoy, former Texas A&M tight end.
Love that guy. Here it is. Check it out.
3 names for player number 4. Armajé Reed-Adams. Everybody wants to laugh at me here at TexAgs because I say Armaj. Armajé Reed-Adams. Last year, this time, before the season started, offensive line was an area of concern. By midway through the year, maybe not even that long, it was obviously an area of strength.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the primary differences, there were others, but one of the primary differences was the presence, the arrival of Armajé Reed-Adams. He solidified that offensive line. Yeah, some guys who had been hurt were now healthy, and that was a big part of it. But Armajé Reed-Adams, he brought more than just being a good player at guard.
Yeah.
He brought, and you needed that. You needed talent. But he also brought attitude. He had the chair. And it's just symbolic, right? He had if you're not in my jersey, well, take off or something like that. He brought the attitude with him. Mm-hmm. He brought the personality to that offensive line. So, there's a lot of talented guys, but he added an extra dimension of personality. He put the goon in Maroon Goons.
Absolutely. Yeah, 6'5", 325-pound
Great
senior from DeSoto, Texas.
DeSoto.
He started every game at right guard.
Every one of them.
Anchoring an offensive line that powered the SEC's second-best rushing attack.
And number 4, just in sacks allowed. Number 2 in rushing yardage. Number 4 in sacks allowed. That's getting it done. That's the offensive line. That's a position of strength.
And according to PFF, he played over 361 pass-blocking snaps. Reed-Adams only allowed 1 sack and 8 pressures.
That's a guy who needs an NIL deal. In fact, that whole offensive line, what was I saying earlier? We saw something, the quarterback and running back doing NIL with Sonic. Mm-hmm. Well, if I get those 5 offensive line, I'd probably put Armajé at the front because he has the most personality there. And 5 guys. Hey, when it's time to eat, get behind 5 guys. These 5 guys.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about that. Newcomers, transfers.
Yeah. Oldest to youngest, Luis Rowe, transfer from Georgia Southern, I think was their conference player of the year. Very solid player, kind of keeping that French pipeline going here. And then I think arguably the best freshman class in the country coming in as far as the depth of it. Scarlett Schrimmer, who's from Birmingham, Alabama. Bryn Court from Las Vegas. Natalie Yin from the Portland, Oregon area, and Avery Zweig from McKinney. All carry their own weight in accolades from junior golf. And I mean, we could do a whole nother show on just what they've accomplished, but they have looked very settled in once they got here. So we had our first team meeting yesterday, and I think everybody's just excited for the competition.
Yeah.
Last year we only had 6 bodies with Adela leaving early, and wow. So it was pretty thin. And we're looking at a roster of 10, and that lineup can change all the way through the spring. So we're just excited for that competition at home to make us sharper once we get on the road.
Talk a little bit about how, maybe it's still developing. Maybe you don't know the answer to this, but the culture on the team, how the girls, getting along, and what does a strong, team culture do for, Aggie women's golf?
Yeah, it's interesting. That's the one thing we tried to change when we got here. And I'd be remiss if I didn't say Giovanna was a huge part of that. We had a bunch of strangers come together that first year and, accomplish something great, going all the way to the semifinals. And that was, some transfers with the bones that were already here. And, those young ladies helped us lay the foundation culturally of what we wanted this program to be about. And, I think we have seen that in recruiting classes going forward. It's just, Brandon and I were talking in the lobby that, that there's no magic thing to what we're doing here. I think it's a recipe of a lot of things. I think you got a campus that is safe. You got a place that mothers and fathers like to drop their daughter off and know that they're going to be taken care of. We work really, really hard at what we do. And, we surround the young ladies with a lot of people that are going to care about them, not only here, but after here. And so maybe that's the recipe of our culture, but, our official visits are amazing. And I think the place sells itself. We just got to get them to come here and understand that Texas A&M is a school, a place that you can get better in golf. And so I think the girls have put that on paper for us.
Absolutely.
Then I got to see Aaron Gregory and Jordan Carter cap it off with a big win. Jordan Carter was a constant presence. I think one of the things we heard from coaches and trainers about Jordan was how heavy his hands were, kind of like DJ Hicks coming out. Just when he gets his hands on you, he is powerful. And you saw that time and time again at the line of scrimmage. He is he's shooting those hands and stopping offensive linemen in the tracks and being able to utilize that to kind of stun and get into the backfield and create some plays or hold the line. And he did a phenomenal job throughout the night. And then Aaron Gregory, I will say it was a tough night for Aaron, not because of anything he did. He got targeted a few times, and I want to say he had maybe a couple drops there, but at the same time, he was getting a lot of attention from the defense, and he showed the ability to get open even when drawing coverage from multiple guys. He was an asset in special teams as a return man, and then to kind of seal things up at the end, he had the pass breakup on defense. He came in as a DB and was able to kind of seal the deal for Douglas County and come away with the opening win.
Just kind of tell me what you learned and what the differences you noticed.
The big thing that people always speak about is the speed. Things that you can get away with in college, as far as, let's say you take a false step. You're supposed to block a guy and go this way, but you might step with your right foot first. You can get away with that in college. In the NFL, it's all about technique. That's why a smaller guy can block a bigger guy, because if you have the proper technique, everything works in line. But if you get out of line or out of character on any play, you can be exposed big time. So I'd say that's one of the biggest differences. But I don't know, things that I learned. Really, it's attention to detail. That's the main thing at the NFL level, because each week you might be playing a 3-4 defense, a 4-3 defense. Those schemes and coordinators, they mean so much in the NFL. And these coaches, they have these playbooks that, whether they were with another team 2-3 years ago, whatever, you can kind of follow their career path and know exactly what you're kind of going to see that Sunday. But so I would say attention to detail is one of those main things. If you can put yourself ahead by being detail-oriented, it'll go a long way. You'll put yourself ahead of all the others, because a lot of guys are just worried about their assignment, when if you get ahead in that other facet, it puts you ahead of the 8 ball in so many situations.
The last question for you here, Jamie. Sorry for going a little bit short with you today. That's some missed timing on my part. Just what's your favorite favorite game at A&M from your time here? Just, is there one that sticks out more than others, or maybe it's a few?
Oh man, gosh, I would say there's two, it's funny because neither one of them are at A&M. Although when we beat when we beat Texas, I want to say it was like 38-30 at home. That was a good one. But two that stand out to me are one when we went and beat Texas Tech in Lubbock. That was a big one because it just seemed like we could never get over that hump. Whenever we played them, it'd be fourth down, 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, 4th and 1, 4th and 2. Mike Leach went for it every time, and they just always seemed to get it. We could never get over that hump. So beating them in their place with their fans, and if you know anything about Texas Tech fans, they're as rowdy as any LSU fan, whatever the case. So it was good beating them there.
All right, Kaylee Dreyer. Rank your 3 most favorite songs of all time.
Oh, well, right now I'm listening to a lot of Hudson Westbrook and
Okay.
Morgan Wallen.
Okay.
So really anything. By
Okay, one
them.
more artist that you're listening to right now that people must listen to.
Uh,
Oh, jeez. Okay,
I don't know.
I'll give you one. Coulter Wall. Bye.